Hey guys, we're gonna do the 69th Disney read-along episode. The title is Vampirina, Home Scream Home. The narrator of the storybook is Cindy Robinson. Let me use the bathroom for a quick second, then we'll get started. It's gonna take me a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Just silence my phone. That way I don't have to hear any phone calls. Next, I can put a disc in the DVD-ROM. Oh, sorry, was it? Yeah, it's the CD-ROM. Put a disc in the CD-ROM. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So this is what you're going to look forward to on my channel.
Vampirina and her friends are going to Transylvania so their band can compete in the Scream Factor. But will V still fit in now that she's been away from home so long? To find out, read along with me in your book. You'll know it's time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Let's begin now. Vampirina and her band, the Ghoul Girls, were practicing their new song, Home Scream Home, when V's parents walked in. They had a surprise. Boris smiled at the girls.
V, do you remember what today is?
V gasped.
Oh my gosh! Today's the Transylvania Scream Factor competition!
Poppy looked confused.
What is that?
V was happy to explain.
It's a contest. Whoever wins the Scream Factor is Transylvania's best talent. It's scary good. I've always wanted to compete, but we're gonna have to miss it this year.
Oksana announced the surprise. They were all going to the Scream Factor. Boris nodded.
And we signed you up to compete. It'll be the Ghoul Girls' Transylvanian debut.
Yay!
V couldn't believe it. Competing in the Scream Factor was her back dream come true. Poppy was excited about performing. And at first, Bridget was too. But then she started to worry.
What? In Transylvania? Where all the monsters live?
Poppy looked up at Boris.
How are we gonna get there exactly?
Glad you asked. The safest way for you girls to get there.
In my room.
Vampirina handed out auto-flying brooms to her friends. And in no time, they were on their way.
Transylvania, here we come!
V couldn't wait to show Poppy and Bridget the place where she grew up. Poppy looked down through the fog below.
Wow, is that Transylvania?
V smiled proudly.
Home, scream home!
As they flew over the town, V pointed to a shop in the distance.
Look, that's my favorite ice cream shop over there.
Demi shook his head.
No, that's Mrs. Mummy's veggie wraps now.
V was surprised.
Oh, I guess it's been a long time since I was here.
Ahead, V spotted a place she definitely remembered.
That's Spookleton Castle. castle. It's where we're going.
Poppy's eyes got big.
The Scream Factor's in a castle? Transylvania's even better than I thought.
After they landed their brooms, V led her friends into the castle. On stage, an all-werewolf band called the Wolfettes was performing. Bridget and Poppy watched in disbelief. V just grinned.
Come on, we should get backstage.
Backstage, V and the girls ran into their friends, the Scream Girls. As soon as Frank and Stacy spotted them, she jumped up.
It's the Ghoul Girls! Rock and roll!
They shared hugs all around. V smiled.
My dad signed us up to compete, but I didn't know it was against you guys.
Just then, another band arrived. Poltergeist Pat and the Boo Boys. As Pat walked past them, he announced that the Scream Girls should get ready to lose. But Pat didn't scare Frank and Stacy one bit.
We're pretty sure we're gonna win, unless the Ghoul Girls do.
Pat glanced at V and her friends and shrugged. He'd never heard of the Ghoul Girls. V looked up at him.
Well, I don't live here anymore.
Pat just shook his head and laughed, declaring that a former Transylvanian and a couple of humans could never win Transylvania's top talent show. Then he and the Boo Boys walked off without looking back. V couldn't help feeling bad.
I thought I'd always be Transylvanian, no matter how far away we were. Maybe I'm not even really Transylvanian anymore.
Poppy frowned.
V, don't let Pat get you down. I'd really rather just watch the competition this year, if that's okay.
Bridget put her arm around V.
I wish you didn't feel that way, but if that's what you want, okay.
Later that night, the Scream Factor competition got underway, but the Scream Girls were nowhere to be found. V knew something was wrong. She rounded up her friends.
We have to look for them. This thing I know the castle like the back of my wing.
First, V led her friends to the highest turret to ask Mrs. Sluggio if she'd seen the Scream Girls. Next, they went to Gargoyle Hall to ask Franklin the Gargoyle. When they searched the room of magic mirrors to ask the magical reflection ghost, he pointed to the kitchen. Maybe the Scream Girls were there. In the kitchen, they found an army of skeleton chefs. Bridget got a little spooked.
There are so many skeletons. I can't tell if the Scream Girls are here or not.
Demi whistled.
Hey, fellas, who wants the conga?
With Demi in the lead, the skeletons formed a conga line and danced right out. But the Scream Girls weren't in the kitchen either. He knew there was only one more place they hadn't looked.
The dungeon.
Now Bridget was really spooked.
The dungeon?
When they got there, Gregoria explained that the way into the dungeon was a secret. Luckily, V remembered what to do.
I just have to play an old Transylvanian tune.
As V hopped from one stone to another on the floor, the stones lit up and played a spooky melody. Suddenly, the door to the dungeon opened. Vampirina led her friends down the staircase.
Hello, Scream Girls!
At first, they didn't hear anything. But then...
It's the Scream Girls!
V motioned for her friends to follow. V and the gang found Creepy Caroline, Ghastly Gale, and Frank and Stacy in a dungeon cell. They rushed inside, and the door slammed behind them. V ran to the door and found Poltergeist Pat. He laughed as he locked them all in and took the key. And Pat said that just to make sure he'd win the Scream Factor competition, he wouldn't be letting them out until after the show was over. V was angry.
This isn't winning. This is cheating.
But Poltergeist Pat didn't care. He'd do anything to sing his way to superstar screamdom. Frank and Stacy was disappointed.
Oh, I guess the Boo Boys are gonna win.
But V wasn't about to quit.
I may not remember everything about Transylvania, but I do remember this. Transylvanians never give up.
V came up with a plan. First, she transformed into a bat. Demi floated through the door and helped her squeeze through the keyhole. Then, together, they flew off to get the key. Before long, V and Demi spotted Poltergeist Pat and the key. But as soon as he saw them headed toward him, he made the key sprout wings and fly away. V and Demi raced after the key, but it was too fast. Just then, Forrest saw V. When he heard what had happened, he sprang into action, zipping and zooming through the air until he captured the key. V was relieved.
Great flying, Papa.
Thanks, V. Now, go free your friends.
With no time to lose, V and Demi raced back to the dungeon and freed their friends. Everyone gathered around V to thank her.
Come on, we gotta go.
The Scream Girls rushed backstage just in time to hear the announcer introduce them as the final act. Confused, they looked at the Ghoul Girls. V shrugged.
We're not competing. This is about Transylvanian talent. I don't know how Transylvanian I am anymore.
Vampirina's friends knew they had to convince her that she was wrong. Poppy looked at V.
The way you knew how to get around this castle, only someone from Transylvania could do that.
Then Creepy Caroline told V that the way she stood up for her friends proved she was Transylvanian through and through. Frank and Stacy nodded.
It's part of who you are. It doesn't matter where you move to. That'll never change.
As the Scream Girls walked on stage, the crowd went wild. Frank and Stacy grabbed the mic.
Sorry, but tonight is a celebration of all things Transylvania, and we've got some friends backstage who have the most Transylvanian spirit of anyone we know. So give it up for a spectacular band, the Ghoul Girls!
V, Poppy, and Bridget looked at each other, shocked. The Ghoul Girls took the stage as Poltergeist Pat pouted, angry that his plan hadn't worked. Bridget, Poppy, and Vampirina rocked the house, and the Ghoul Girls became the new Scream Factor champions. V smiled at the crowd.
I guess you can take the ghoul out of Transylvania, but you can't take the Transylvania out of the ghoul.
I forgot that song. Let me see what is requested by, because I forgot to read what it's requested. Forgot to tell you what it's requested by before I start the video. I know it's Home Scream Home. That's me, the song at the end of it all. Kaylin Duffy requested the read-along. This Reaffirming is scripted by Caitlin Duffy. So if you like the video, please be sure to share, subscribe, comment, and click the post notification bell. This video is now adjourned.